Should you see it in 3D? Because seeing it in 3D is an experience, not just an option. These are my first impressions of seeing Tomb Raider in 3D. Tomb Raider is a movie based on the video game of the same name. The game in question, released in 2013 by Square Enix, was a reboot of the franchise that was published by Eidos Interactive in 1996 and served as the origin story of the protagonist Lara Croft. The movie begins with Richard Croft telling the legend of a Japanese empress who caused the death of those she touched. He is in search of the empress's tomb because he believes if somebody else finds it, they would bring death to the world. In the process, he becomes missing and is presumed dead. Years go by and Lara Croft, Richard's daughter, is trying to make her own way in the world. She holds out on signing papers to have her father's assets transferred to her. When she finally finds herself in a situation where she is present to sign the papers, she finds a clue to where her father could be. This motivates her to find her father and to continue his work to find the Empress's tomb. The action is good. There are some scenes that are reminiscent of the video game. She uses a bow and arrow from the time that she is a little girl to her current age, portrayed in the movie. She floats down a river towards a waterfall and suffers certain injuries. Also included is some elements of puzzle solving. Tomb Raider is reminiscent of the Indiana Jones movies and the Goonies, as Lara Croft is solving mysteries and puzzles in the midst of danger. Lara Croft has to decipher the meaning of the clues to help her progress throughout the movie. She uses her mind to figure out what to do next, and she comes to understand why the Empress was entombed in the first place. You don't have to have ever played the game to enjoy the movie, since this is an origin story of Lara Croft becoming the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is a pretty good movie, but the question is, should you see it in 3D? And the answer is, sure. You don't have to have seen it in 3D to enjoy the movie, but it does enhance the action. Now there is throughout the movie shaky camera shots, but it did not make me feel disoriented or give me motion sickness. It was not necessary for the majority of those scenes to be shaky. There are a few scenes in particular at the beginning of the movie that had hand-to-hand combat that was too quick and too close to the screen for the 3D. There were some good widescreen shots of an island. The 3D showed particles, exploding rocks, and dust inside of a tomb pretty well. It accentuated very good a lot of moving debris and parts of rooms falling apart. The best use of the 3D was toward the end of the movie during the main credit montage, with movement of typography and other visuals coming toward the audience. I give the 3D an 8.5. I wouldn't say you definitely need to see this movie in 3D, but it is good enough. It made the movie enjoyable. I give the movie itself an 8. It was okay. It did not bring anything extra to the story of Lara Croft, especially if you've already played the games. There are a lot of dark scenes in the movie that makes it hard to see some of the 3D, but it's justified due to the settings, one being the storm and then the others being in the tomb. There is an exciting chase sequence. Some parts of this sequence are too fast to register three-dimensionally, but the 3D does a good job to accentuate the illusion of depth and distance between Lara Croft from other people, vehicles, and obstacles in the foreground and background. So should you see it in 3D? If you decide to see Tomb Raider, you should go ahead and upgrade to 3D since it enhances the action and the scenery of the movie.